Well, I don't usually listen to people's conversation. That's usually not my way. Okay, guys. Now, I know the sound's on, and I know that you can hear me. At least I think you can. Dawn isn't going to be with us right now, so it's just me and you, and I see me staring at the phone and everything. So let's just assume the sound's working, because I did do a sound check before I came on. Today's temperature is going to be in the upper 20s. It's not going to be as hot as the last few days. And Dawn's not going to be able to make it, so it's just us. And yeah. Okay, so I know it's. So let me see if I can test this one thing here. I need to find a way to fine-tune this program and make it a little more doable, because it's just terrible. And so it's just terrible. Okay. So yes, I'm recording. So anyway, what's going on is, let me see if I can turn this camera a little closer to me so I don't get too There we go. Today we're going to talk about some things. And let me see if I look like I'm in frame now. Because so anyway, what's going on is, let me see if I can turn this camera a little closer to this. I'm just trying to see if everything's in focus. Just taking advantage of the fact that there's always a little bit of a tape delay between when I'm doing something versus when you're seeing. That was about as close as I can get it. Let me sit down. Yes, I'm in frame. Today we're going to talk about. Okay. So today we had a couple topics in plan. We didn't get a chance to talk about any of them because of the original reason was Dawn was going to join me today. And she had some crises come up. Don't ask me why I'm getting all this situations, but they do come up. The topic today was going to be, and it still will be, is homelessness in hot weather. And I haven't been homeless in a long time, so I'm not really the most authoritative answer to the homelessness in hot weather thing that you can get. Well, I can tell you one I do know from talking to people in the homeless community, is when it's hot like it has been the last week, it can be really hard to sleep. If you're sleeping rough on the street, which most of the people in Winston don't really do, we have wooded areas, so a lot of them make campsites in the woods. Sometimes with the landowner's permission, sometimes without landlord's permission. It's always best to try to get permission if you can, because of the fact that because that way you don't get arrested for trespassing. Okay, but sometimes though that doesn't always work, and so. Or maybe there's a spur of the moment, you got onto a campsite late at night and you don't know who the landowner is. Well, if you don't know who the landowner is, it's kind of hard to go out there and ask him for permission. So when you're out there camping in the heat, they got your tent. It doesn't have air conditioning most likely, and it doesn't have. If you're lucky, you got your tent in the shade, which helps. But the bugs are still biting you, and always at the risk that someone's going to come in and steal your stuff or you leave your campsite for whatever reason. And that happens a lot because there's a lot of disrespect for the homeless people. Which is kind of sad because when we were in school when we were kids, right? What does the teacher say? Leave the other kids' stuff alone, it's not yours. Don't touch someone else's stuff. Well, if you're homeless, it seems like that rule goes right out the window. Well, anyway, the point is even if you could manage to lug an air conditioner to a campsite, even if you could lug a generator to run said air conditioner at a campsite, you're not likely to do so because it's just too noisy, too loud, and exposes your presence. Not good. Not good. Even us with air conditioning in our homes had a hard time cooling our apartment last week. I know that my own apartment got so steaming hot in some of the rooms. I saw temperatures that were in the upper 30s inside my apartment, and especially in the afternoon when the sun comes in through the window on the west side, and it just sends the thermometer. And even when that's the case, the air conditioner's in the west side window, and so it has to work really hard to remove the heat from the apartment itself. Not only is the evaporator coils getting hot from trying to throw that heat out into the outside, they're getting hot because of solar radiation, and so that they are actually working double hard just to keep things cool. On the 13th of August, Donald Trump had his rally in Fairfield, Connecticut. I don't know if the Sacred Heart University building had air conditioning or not, but I do know that several EMTs had to attend to people who were suffering from heat exhaustion because it was so hot inside. They said the temperature got as hot as 108 degrees inside the building. The people outside were not doing much better, except, of course, they had a breeze. But they were still standing for hours and hours and hours to get inside. And, of course, then rained, and they got wet. And one of the people said, even Donald Trump said, I think we should have brought some air conditioners in here. He said, I don't understand how you people could even tolerate this. I mean, it's so hot in here. 9,000 plus people packed into Sacred Heart University auditorium. It was so unbearably sticky. So I said at least 5 people were overcome by heat inside the auditorium. I have no idea how many people outside the auditorium were overcome by heat. But then later on, they got a shower from rain. On Saturday night, the rain had cooled down the outside of my apartment enough to make it a lot more civil. But even so, it was still sticky as heck. And so I didn't really want to leave my window open too long. Let me ask Don a question. Don, do you want to at least say hi to your audience?
Hi,
Well, I can't
everybody
see you.
today. How are you?
I'm going to have to sit there and move the camera over here.
That's okay.
Okay.
I'm only going to say hi quick. I have some things to do today, but other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Yeah. So she'll be here tomorrow, or at least she says she will be. She's one of those social people that goes around, hops around constantly. And, no, incidentally, he is not easy on overweight people. I know from personal experience that hot weather is not my friend. And last Wednesday I went to my doctor and we talked about my asthma and he prescribed me an asthma inhaler, which I have to pick up sometime. I never used an asthma inhaler before. I never even used a Primatene Mist before. I don't even know how to use one. Okay? Let's see. I can understand something like you suck in the air while you squeeze the button and you give a puff of medication. I know, but other than that, that's all I know. Now, some of you people have asked me why I often seem like I'm looking off to the side or whatever. It's just because this seems to be my most comfortable way for my eyes. By the way, how is my right eye doing? Well, I can't use the flag as a test because I'm sitting right in front of it, so that would be kind of cheap. So let me see if I can use some of the distant views here. Well, looking at the kitchen window area with my right eye, or outside with my right eye, without the glasses, it seems like, for the most part, it's doing okay. I'm not gonna brag. It's holding its own. It's just not. I noticed that my film reels in my house are less double now with my right eye. But when it talks about visual resolution, I think the lens in the eye may actually have to be replaced, unless, and it's a heck of an unless, and the can't see it jobs just say that there are some cataract conditions, especially if they're really long term, they may not be able to remove 100% of the cataract. And they never lied about that in the package. They said that outright, that some people's cataract conditions may be too far progressed to remove the cataract condition. I know that my left eye is clear. I mean, my left eye, the cataract was never really that bad. So we nipped that guy in the bud really early, so that makes things a lot easier. So how are the cats doing? Well, my cats are doing fine. Rusty and Fame have been doing Rusty and Fame things. I have a stray cat that comes in my house. She's actually not a stray. Actually, apparently I got two stray cats. One cat that's a cute little tabby, and one cat that's just a grumpy cat. Actually, grumpy cat looks happier than this brown cat, or this black cat does. Trust me. But the little kitty is really cute, and, you know, I think she belongs to the lady downstairs. I put her in the apartment downstairs. Like I said, she's a cute little tiger cat, and my heart goes out to her. I would like to take her in as my own cat, but I already got 2 cats on my lease. That's not cool. Speaking of lease, what's the situation with Section 8? Nothing has been said, nothing has been done, as far as I know. So, it's going to be one of those circumstances where that's supposed to be tomorrow, the inspection. Supposed to be. But is it going to be? No, because Section 8 has not resolved it with my landlord yet. And my landlord, of course, as I told you, is fit to be tied. He really doesn't like what's going on. And I don't particularly blame him at all, because he's getting screwed up the wazoo without the Vaseline. Okay? And it's causing a lot of disappointment for everybody. Now, you gotta understand one thing about my landlord, okay? He's a good old man. He's not perfect. He's not flawless. Okay? And, and all that. And I have to tell you that he has a lot of businesses, a lot of houses to maintain, and it's not easy for him because he's the kind of guy that really deep down would like to just enjoy his twilight years. I mean, he's almost 70 years old. The poor guy is running around doing all this work and dealing all these deadbeat tenants and everything. And that puts a lot of stress on anybody. You know, this is his retirement income. This is his pin money. And so it's just a lot of work for what little he gains. It's almost like Donald Trump said, you're older, you're working harder than you worked 18 years ago. Okay? And you're not getting as much money out of the deal. He's absolutely right. That is 100% true. My landlord is not getting anything out of the deal. If anything, my landlord's getting out of the deal, it's a pile of frustrations of deadbeat tenants that don't pay the rent in a timely manner many times because those tenants are investing the money instead into drugs and alcohol. But that's not always true because that's almost profiling. Let me be honest when I say what's going on. I see it, okay? A good portion of the people on fixed incomes move into a place and then they often don't have a choice but to basically try to live on a very meager income. And the rent they try to pay first, but something goes wrong and they can't get out of it. And so they're frustrated. The landlords are frustrated and nobody's getting paid. And that's creating a lot of hostility by both parties as they feel like they're getting screwed. And then you know what? They are. Because the tenant can't pay the rent because they don't have the job to pay the rent. They don't have enough earned income coming in to pay the rent, the food, especially if you have kids, heaven forbid. You really, really are struggling to make ends meet. Those people who have, like me, who are single, who have no family support, who have no backup support, we're really screwed because everything depends on what little meager disability check we get. And it's not going to work out for us to keep talking about how the world's going to change until the world changes. Donald Trump, I believe, is going to make those changes. But he's going to deal with a Congress that may or may not be willing to work with him. Okay? Now, I pray to Mother God in January when he gets in that he's going to be able to enact a lot of his promises. But you know what? Don't forget, he's going to deal with Congress. And Congress, we don't know how the voting is going to go in, because some people are up for re-election this November as well. So those people may be going into, we don't know. It could also switch back over to Democrat again. I hope not. I hope Congress doesn't go Democrat. That's the last thing we need. Democrat is basically the Communist Party. It's terrible. Hillary Clinton destroyed any resemblance of a democracy in the Democratic Party. She's had staffers killed. She's all out there for money. She's doing all these illegal bullshit, and she's causing all this harm. And she's not going to be doing anything for the American people. She's not supporting you. She's supporting her own big businesses, the big lobbyists that support her agenda. That's what she's doing. Donald Trump, even though he's a big business guy, is saying no. I believe that my employees of all my companies should be treated better by their government than this. You're getting taxed to death. I got all of these regulations and crap to deal with as a business person. I see it, businesses are dying. And he's right, they are dying. And they're going to keep dying because as long as NAFTA and GATT, we don't talk too much about GATT, do we? Well, it exists. It's another trade deal. As long as those deals are written the way they are by stupid idiots, you're going to see more and more businesses leaving this country. Just like Westbrook said in 1998, a giant sucking sound. Yeah, That's the sound of our industries going bye-bye through a wormhole called NAFTA, GATT, and eventually TPP. You can't afford to lose any more businesses. We need to bring them back here. That's a fact. I'm supporting Donald Trump this year. I've already said that over and over again. I'm going to continue to say it. Is he necessarily the best candidate in the world? Well, I don't think there's any really the best candidate of the world. Is he the best candidate of the two choices? Yes. And I asked myself a question last night. What if Bernie Sanders had won instead of Hillary Rotten Clinton, the Democratic nomination? Would I still be supporting Donald Trump? Then it'll be a toss-up because I kind of like Bernie Sanders too, because I think he has a halfway decent platform. But that's not what happened. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Bernie Sanders is a socialist, outright. He's not afraid to say it. I'm a socialist. I support socialism. I never lived in a socialist country, but I've seen what happens in Venezuela, so I guess that's not good, is it? As an American citizen, I was born and raised in this country. I grew up almost all my life in Litchfield County. I have seen so much of our own county disappearing. The instance of figure that Donald Trump brought up in Fairfield, Connecticut, I actually found absolutely positively disgusting. Connecticut is going to be number one in highest taxes in the nation. Right now we're 4. We're going to become number 1. And we are 50th. 50th says with a 5, a 0, a T, and an H. Last of the 50 states. That is the easiest to find work. You can't find jobs. But this thing here, you need buses, you need trains, you need cars, you need everything. And if you're legally blind, you're screwed. Because everything out there is so driven for the motor vehicle owner. I have nothing against mass transit. I believe mass transit is a good thing. As long as your mass transit companies are halfway decent, as long as they have hours that are compatible for a 9 to 5 work shift, you know, if you can get a job, if you can manage, you explain to an employer, yes, sir, I am legally blind, but I am not stupid. I can do this job. I was a dishwasher in restaurants several times. I'll tell you right now, I can wash a mean plate by hand and by machine. Okay? You guys have to understand that there's another group of people that need jobs. And don't tell us to sit down on our fat asses and suck it up. It's not going to happen. Social Security disability doesn't do crap for you. It barely gives you a living wage. You're not going to make it on Social Security disability. You can't make it. Everything else is going up in prices and your check stays the same. This country has done so much disservice to the legally blind and the disenfranchised. It's sick. And, you know what? It's going to get sicker. Because some of the existing Congress people, especially the Democrats, are out there and want to shove us in pigeonholes and act like we don't need jobs. Well, yes, we do. We need jobs just like everybody else does. You can't make it on a disability check anymore. My rent is $700 a month. I got a good deal on it. That's not the most people. And most people do not get $1,232 a month. You're going to come out there and you're going to tell me that if you got $750 a month, you're going to be able to afford a $700 a month apartment. I don't know where or how you can justify that. I don't even understand. You can't tell me it's serious, is it? $750 a month barely pays the rent. What about the electric? What about the phone? What about the food? You gotta eat, don't you? Huh? Yeah, you gotta eat. So what about that? And if you try to go back to work, even through some of these programs that Social Insecurity has, they penalize you. They don't actually want you to work. They don't want you to do anything. I started Pigways Communications as a business to show the people of the world that this legally blind person can and will do it. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to do the best I can. I'm going to kick ass, take names, and I'm going to do everything I can to make this a success. And I don't care. Personally, I do not care. I do not care if you like it or not. So this isn't, I can admit, the last few months have been hell. No one's going to lie about that. Not me. Certainly not my budget sheet. It's been hell. But maybe, just maybe, things will get better. Yeah, we're still going to have to do pledge breaks. Yes, I still need to get more donations from you people. Yes, and I got to make sure not to hit this table too hard because it makes my camera bounce in the other side of the table. It really does. This table is really whacked. But yes, we are going to take this business to the top of the alternative media bandwagon. Excuse me. What? What about the spiritual coverage? The spiritual coverage, yes. We're going to increase on Lumi's channel. You're going to be covering that or that, aren't you? I'll try. I'll accept that as an answer. And welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. Oh, well, yes, we have to do something with that cable channel, don't we? Yeah, we will. You know what? It's been too hot to do videos on cable channel. Okay? It's been smoking too hot. I've been sizzling like a hamburger on a hot grill in the last few days. For me to do excessive videos in the studio when it's hot as heck is not going to work. Okay? But I will do my best to get more materials out. We are going to renew our Welcome to Our World TV agreement starting in September, October. And we are going to get out there and do the material. And we're going to do everything we can to turn this Pink Rose Communications Network into a good, nice deal. But we need something we can all use. Maybe I have to file for stock corporation status. But the only problem is Connecticut's corporate taxes are nuts. You ever pay them? They're huge. If I was incorporated in Nevada or any other state that doesn't charge corporate taxes, I could probably have done better. I don't live in Nevada. I don't live in Texas. I live in Connecticut. So I don't know how that law would work if an outside country, a company outside of the state files for a corporate tax, corporate status in that state. I don't even want to begin to guess. The paperwork I hear is a nightmare. The accounting is a nightmare. So I want to kind of still keep it a sole proprietorship for the time being. But that means I'm going to still need you to click on the sponsors, to buy from the sponsors, to help us by being an active part of our audience, which means sharing the videos with your friends. I want to see these videos get out to more people. I want to see this channel grow. I want to see my custom audience, which is my friends, my guests, my everybody, to feel like they're part of my family. And that's what I want to do. Well, guys, it's time to wrap it up for today. And I want to thank again T-Mobile for their wonderful MiFi, which makes it all possible for us to cover these videos out onto the network for you to watch them every day. And I hope that you will share these videos with your friend. And if you have any comments, suggestions, concerns, whatever, there's a comment section below these videos. You know, if you want to post comments, I would recommend wait to the replay, because then way I'll see the comments. If you post them on this video before the replay, there's a good chance that I won't see the comments because the way YouTube does things, so it's kind of confusing. So, for now, thank you very much for watching these videos. I hope to see you soon. And, of course, please stand up and support Donald Trump. He really does mean what he's going to do. Of course, he's got a challenge to deal with the Electoral College. I mentioned that in another video. He's got to deal with Congress. That's always an issue. And that does not mean that he does not want to make what he did happen. He does. He cares about people in this country. He loves this country. He's a born American citizen. He was born here, just like I am. He's sick of the crap that's going on, as I am. He wants to see people be able to get jobs first. America first. American people first. And we need these jobs. We need these jobs. Or this country is going to be worse than even Venezuela or North Korea. Really, please, we don't want to go there. We don't want to go there. Please, support the candidate that really is going to make a difference. For now, I'll see you soon. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye.